Hey there, lads and lassies. I hope you guys are doing extremely well today. It's Dave here, and welcome back to the next episode of Danganronpa Havoc. We left the last episode on a cliffhanger, so shit is about to go down, guys, by the sound of things. So, the next incident may be about to be discovered and revealed, guys, but just to quickly recap the episode before we speak to Kyoko and Aoi about what the heck's going on, which spent a little bit of time with Sakura when she was willing to talk to us. Kyoko didn't talk to us at all during free time because she still hated our guts, but we've made up since, which is good. But Kyoko understood the reason why Makoto didn't tell her anything, because they wanted to confirm basically what he'd seen in one of the previous episodes with Monokuma and Sakura fighting. But he didn't have to. Monokuma revealed it himself during the meeting in the gym where he revealed that Sakura Ogami is indeed the mastermind spy. So most of the people don't trust Sakura anymore. Toko, Byakuya, and Hiro definitely don't completely trust Sakura anymore. Kyoko, we never know what she's thinking. She's very quiet most of the time. Aoi obviously believes in Sakura, they're besties. And Makoto's being fairly neutral as well, like Kyoko, But Kyoko also revealed that the reason Monokuma also told them that Sakura was the spy was to spread distrust, not believe each other and argue with each other, and maybe cause the idea of wanting to hate someone so badly you kill them. So, yeah, that happened. And obviously Byakuya, being the absolute dick that he is, was the main one who aggravated Aoi when Sakura wasn't around, because Sakura didn't want to hang around with everyone because she feels bad, obviously, and she doesn't want everyone to fight over her, but it happened anyway. But Aoi was defending her, and Byakuya was mainly aggravating her. And finally, she did what we all wanted and slapped the shit out of Byakuya's face. So that was good. Worth seeing. 10 out of 10. Aoi, well done. It came to the point where it was daytime, but I'm trying to remember what happened. Makoto got tired for some reason. He'd done something. I can't remember what it was. It's because Kyoko and Makoto decided to plug Alter Ego into the school's wireless network. So Alter Ego's been moved from the locker room into the secret room where all the files have disappeared. So he's connected to the Ethernet via an Ethernet cable to the school's network, and is maybe trying to contact the outside or see what the hell's going on in the broader sense of the world. And then he awoke to the ding-dong of his room doorbell, and Kyoko said, "Get the fuck out here," pretty much. And she said that Aoi came round to her room white as a ghost. So obviously Aoi has something to tell us and told us to come to the rec room. So I think something's happened, guys. So that's where we're at. I'm guessing it's not good news. Let's do it. Let's get into it. So Aoi's there. Kyoko's there. I take it no one else is around right now. So obviously Aoi's got the information. I'm going to speak to Kyoko first, though.
Anyway,
I'd better hear what Hina has to say. Okay, well, Aoi. Makoto! Kyoko! Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. What's inside? There was a window on the rec room door, and I hurried to look inside. Oh, all right, okay, so they can actually see inside the rec room without opening the door. Okay. And when I did... Here we go. Ooh, what? Sakura, she doesn't look too good. Sakura? Is she unconscious? Yeah, looks like it. She's sitting up in the chair, like she's bowing her head.
hey,
What's going on? Did something happen to her?
huh?
I was just walking past, and I happened to notice her through the window. Okay, well, why didn't you go? Oh, she couldn't get but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking. I tried calling her name, but she's not responding. Uh-oh. But she wouldn't respond. So, what should we do? What are we gonna do? Well, we have to try and get the door open. Oh, Monokuma, you fucking asshole. I've just remembered, he added a new rule in the last episode as well. Breaking down locked doors is strictly prohibited, so if the rec room door is locked, we have to find a key. Shit.
Anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? And if we break in, we'll be violating school regulations, yes.
Listen to me.
We're going to force our way in. Kyoko, did you just hear what Makoto said? I just said...
Wrong.
The door isn't locked. It's not locked because the rec room door doesn't have a lock. Oh, okay. Huh? Then why? Well, that would suggest someone has blocked the door from the inside.
It would seem...
It feels like the door is pressing up against something inside the room. Is it the chair? Chair? Yeah, there's 2 chairs in the rec room.
In other words...
Either way, this door isn't locked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then, there's no problem if we break in.
Indeed.
Let's smash the window. That should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch, and there's definitely something on the floor. She's just unconscious, right? I'm not sure, Makoto, but I have a bad feeling that she's unconscious for a reason and is possibly not going to get back up. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm sure... Well, yeah, you would expect if someone got a jump on her or tried to kill her, she would notice or at least be able to overpower their opponent compared to the rest of the students, but... Kyoko's not taking any chances. She's keeping an open mind. Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! I found a room in the classroom. Use it.
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please.
Come on, please, hurry. Okay, you two stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung as hard as I could. Aiming directly at the window, all it took was one solid hit. Crash. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. Here we go, guys. I stuck my hand through the now open window and started jostling the chair leaning against the door. Okay, so just before we do this, I'm just thinking of the rec room's layout, guys. There's only one way in to the rec room. So did Sakura block the door herself? Well, the chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally, the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could. But the moment I laid my hand on her... She's smiling, but I'm guessing she's dead. Fuck. That means she's been dead for a while. All I felt was cold death. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body. And then... 3 people have discovered a body.
A body has been discovered.
Shit.
After which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
So someone killed Sakura, and I'm guessing it wasn't Monokuma. All-Star Apologies, Chapter 4. Deadly Life section.
Huh?
Also, who are those people on the front? Oh yeah, this is gonna hit Aoi the worst. Oh, I don't really want to see Aoi sad. She's one of my favorites. Huh?
Sakura's.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Sakura's.
Oh no. Ugh. Yeah, Kyoko and Makoto, the detectives, examine the body. But she's gonna... Yeah, Aoi's gonna break.
Dead?
Yep.
She's really dead?
Guess so, Aoi. I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. Oh shit, there's blood. Alright, so something has happened. She's definitely been hit with something. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or a reaction? Probably not. Monokuma's been fairly accurate in his body announcements, so it's probably a confirmed death. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no. Aoi, calm down. I have to go get them. Oh yeah, she has to go get Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. Shit, we're down to 6. I have to go get the others. Oh god, Aoi. On shaky legs, Hina left the room. She can't bear the look, can she? And Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. So, Makoto, get the fuck out of the room if she's gonna give her a very, thorough examination. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Oh boy. Time passed. While I stood there, unable to do a thing, time just passed. Well, are the others showing up? And after I don't know how long, I got everyone. What? Ogre? Well, to be honest, why would she need to go get them? I mean, Monokuma's announcement goes through the whole school. But I guess they don't know where the body is, so fair enough. What? Ogre?
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh? You sound happy, Jill.
I see.
Sakura's been killed. I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Yes, Aoi, I think that's true. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room. Oh?
It's your fault.
It was one of you, Hiro, Byakuya, Toko. One of you killed Sakura. What? Wow. But to be honest, that's who I'm thinking as well. It can't be Makoto and it can't be Kyoko. I doubt it. But then again, Aoi was very quick to shift blame, so I don't know. I want to believe Aoi hasn't done it, but we have to gather evidence and look at behavior from now. What?
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation? Yeah. I don't need to investigate anything. Because you hated her, You hated the sight of her.
I won't forgive you.
One of you did it. I know it. You know it? Is this Monokuma? Oh, yeah.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad. She's over 9,000. Okay.
What the heck?
What are you doing here? Oh god, Aoi's well pissed. She doesn't care who she takes on.
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder flyer. Yeah, the Monokuma file.
It's the Monokuma file.
That's right. It's the next Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Asahina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Oh no, don't you poke shit at her as well, Monokuma. Now then, with that, Hold on. Oh? There's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura. I don't think he did, but he did have a reason to, because she betrayed him.
Say what?
Huh? Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and then...
In other words...
Then I killed her? Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that. It saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fight. Yeah, you were worried that you might actually get beaten to a pulp, weren't you, Monokuma? Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place. I knew it, I said that, but I wasn't able to punish her. So, I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
What is this?
You owe them one? Well, she did technically break one of Monokuma's rules. Oopsie. Before you get all pissy-potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Because, I mean, your lives are all on the line, right? Yep.
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one? Well, Sakura broke one of the rules, violence against Monokuma, so he has to do punishment, and yes, I guess a fist fight with Sakura is going to be very difficult. I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind, after all. God, Byakuya, read the room, read the mood. Don't be a dick, but his dickishness knows no bounds, so who knows. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. Oh yeah, that's a very good point. Now the Sakura's dead. She was the last one that usually did bodyguard duty. I'll do it. Hina, I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here. Sakura. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1. But we need one more, yeah, so make sure no one tampers with any evidence. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. And who made you boss, you asshole? An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Oh, please don't tell me I'm pairing up with Byakuya again. I hated when we had to investigate him, Chihiro's murder with him, because he led us all the way around until eventually he let us go on our own path. Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say. Oh?
What?
Which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene. Byakuya is usually good at investigating, so I would maybe at least consider him to examine the crime scene. What?
It's your fault.
One of you killed Sakura!
I won't forgive you.
I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. But, well, at least she believes Makoto and Kyoko never did it, but I mean... Well, obviously it can't be Makoto, we're Makoto, but I mean, Kyoko... Maybe? Even if it means I have to use force, you're not getting in here. Oh boy, she's really pissed. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear now.
I won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway. He's right.
Yep.
Nope, don't really care. Yeah, and Genocide Joe doesn't really care. She's used to dead bodies. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyway. And you, Hiro? Do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care? You say that with a very sweaty brow, sir.
It's all clear now.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina. You should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive, and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body? Oh, you are just asking for her to kick your ass.
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone, keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer, you're all dead.
listen to me.
All of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura. It's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. Despair. We have no choice but to just do it. Oh, we're not beginning it. We are beginning the investigation. We're in investigate mode, guys. Let's do this. I better check the Monokuma file before anything else. Yep, as usual. Monokuma file number 4. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. 12 noon? We're in daytime, so that would suggest she's not been dead for very long, but if she's cold, freezing cold, it suggests that she died a while ago. Okay. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood, an internal injury. Monokuma file number 4 has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Well, actually, the murders of Kiyotaka and Hifumi, where Celeste was the black, and that was a tough case to figure out. So yeah, I expect them to get a bit harder. Why's that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. Exactly. And that door had been jammed shut with a chair from inside the rec room. Yeah, so how did the murderer get out? Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out till we broke the window, there's like zero escape, right? Well, that's what we've got to go with so far.
In other words,
This is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder? Yeah, like the guys from the UK will know this, but like programs like Jonathan Creek and stuff like that. Those featured on that kind of program, stuff like that. So, yeah. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. Yep. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this? Yeah.
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Kyoko, I'd like to know how you know a lot about this kind of stuff. Sure, if you don't mind.
that's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. Okay? This simply means that the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room, right? This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Right. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. Yeah, that could be a possibility, because I mean, Sakura is very well positioned sitting in the chair. So, but there's some object on the floor behind her, but there's also a blood stain near the magazines. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
however,
But in this case, this doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or arrows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up. Yeah. But there wasn't any evidence that anyone was in the room until Kyoko, Makoto, and Aoi entered the room. But Aoi was the first person to come across the room. Okay. What do you mean by that? Like they're hidden?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe. Well, there is a locker inside this room.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. That could fit as well, because it's not locked, but the door was blocked. Not a locked room?
In other words,
By that, I mean, there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. Well, secret passages are definitely a possibility. We've already found one. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality, it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too? No. You should know that, Makoto. We can't cross that one off.
indeed.
Wait, you found a secret door in another room? Oh, okay, right, I believe so, yes. So, when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seems the most likely in this case? I can't remember which ones they eliminated. I think it's the first one.
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. Okay. But right now, I can't really say. Okay, I see. Guess we've got to investigate. The way the killer set up the locked room. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Okay, so they are all here. Right, so... Oh... Right, okay, let's start with the body first, I guess. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? I think I know, but I'm not going to say until we find the evidence. The Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Status of Sakura's body has been added to the truth bullet section. Cool. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Possible, but I think it would be more an internal injury to, like, the rest of her body, not just her head. Not a chance. But Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? Okay. No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. It does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died, yes? That would make sense. Tissue. This looks like some kind of wrapper. Alright.
Huh?
Ah, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina? Is that a protein bar? Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. Oh, that's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. Candy calms Sakura down? Okay. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. Oh. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. Okay, that's interesting to know. You really like them that much? But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. I knew she'd eventually cry. But now, they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, hopefully she got to eat it before she died. What, the chair itself is a clue? Oh no, it's pointing over there. There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf, yeah. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf bloodstain has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Unless she didn't die in that chair. Yeah. Sakura drew a last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the multiple blows to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. According to... Yeah. I've seen that clue. It just looks like you're pointing to the... Oh no, it is the bloodstain. Oh well, whoops, my bad. Okay, right, what is this on the floor? There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. Oh, she was hit with a glass object. The glass is all red, and yeah, that looks like an old lantern or something. These are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? Oh, it's a bottle. You would only get those kind of bottles in what I suspect is the chem lab. So this must have originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass. Oh, what? What the hell is that? It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's Monokuma with a chess piece. It's a Monokuma figure. Figure on the floor has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay. Oh, someone was in the locker for certain. There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. Shit. That's the bottle that was used to hit her over the head, and there's Monokuma figures inside it. There we go. They're not from the chem lab, they're from right here in the rec room. And they all have a chess piece inside them. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get these figures inside the bottles? That's a good question, actually.
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle, yeah? Huh? You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? No, I've seen them. I always think, how the frack did they get a boat inside a bottle? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
In other words,
So, this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook, yeah. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things little by little. The Monokuma bottle sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground, yeah. The red shards of glass which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? Yep, that would make sense. The shards of glass and the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon. Yep, and what is this? There are handprints on that locker door. Huh? The locker's open, and there on the inside, it's a handprint.
why?
What's a handprint doing here? Someone was in the locker. It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? Yeah, but you would have clearly seen them from the angle of the room. And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group. You would have clearly seen them, surely.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Yeah, you're gonna tell him, Kyoko. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Or was the door... Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the locker door. Was it shut? No, it's open, but it's spotless. Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so someone was in there before you opened the door. So then, what does this handprint mean? You know, someone's been messing about with flour, sugar, salt. Dunno. Locker handprint has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Well, actually, they said it was dust, but I don't believe the locker would gather that much dust. Okay, what else have we got? Anything else to look at, or... what? Around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 minutes. It's been an hour. So roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kyoko and I were moving all to Ego? Or was that the same day? Oh yeah, it is the same day. That's not to leave, right? This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Or the chair as well. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. There's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening, and there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Rec room door has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. Yeah, that's the bit that's concerning me. Someone tampered with the bottles and swapped them. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the chem lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? Glass? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Oh yeah, she's right. Oh. Why does that matter? It means that there was glass on the floor before the Protein Zyme X bottle was fell to the ground.
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. Important clue? I'm not sure I see how. Okay, let's find out. Empty protein drink has been added to the truth bullets. Okay, that appears to be all the physical evidence. I better speak to everyone.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. Oh. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. Oh. So they need to... So Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro now don't have alibis for being away from the murder scene. Byakuya, you better have something to say. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, this never would have happened. Oh, don't blame yourself. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Okay, well, Byakuya, you better have something to say about that. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying, yeah, it kind of makes it look as if none of them turned up. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Yeah, well, conveniently Byakuya's right here, but let's talk to Kyoko first.
However,
But for Sakura to have been killed... Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her surprise attack? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right? That's what you would think, anyway.
Certainly.
Certainly, they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Yep, most likely.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? Oh. So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight. You asshole. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account has been added to the truth bullet section.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave,
listen to me.
which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. She trusts you. She may not show it at all, but all the time, but she trusts you. She's right. I do have to go talk to the others, yeah. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Okay. So, we need to find where Hiro and Toko went. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Probably. But also, who are we going to meet? Are we going to meet Genocide Jill or Toko? Well, I guess the obvious thing to do would be to check their rooms first. Let me go around this way. I think Hiro's room actually is near this way. Yeah, we've been in Yasuhiro's room before. He is right here. I pressed the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds, there he is. What's up, Makoto? Did you need something? Yep. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? Oh, for fuck's sake. But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with, yeah, we know. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. Oh, okay, so that means you actually went to speak to her then. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well... when she asked me to meet with her, of course.
Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Hold on a second, guys. I would press it, but I'm actually recording late at night, so I won't. But that is bullshit. That is bullshit. Because we got told she sent a note, so you shouldn't have met her. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note. She, Hiro, you're making me think you're the #1 suspect right now.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like, in passing. Right, okay. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went and met with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then. While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Oh, yes. Do I still have it? Let's see. Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Ah, sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore. Oh, fuck. Dude, you are #1 suspect, for sure. Until you give us any evidence to suggest you're not the killer, you are the first suspect on my list. With a big, goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Oh, here we go. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. You son of a bitch. And if Aoi's account is correct, those sweets should only be in Aoi's room, so why do you have one of the wrappers? Huh? Ah! Oh, you bastard. Quick as the wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Oh, you are so effed, pal. Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Oh, we need to check the trash room by the sound of things. We need to check the trash room. Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash has been added to the truth bullet section. Yep, I'm gonna obviously check with Toko or Jill in a second, but can I go in here? No, it won't let me go in here yet, but just some trash you forgot to dispose of. Okay, nope. Where's Toko? There she is. Toko, are you in? Press the doorbell. Ding dong. And after a few seconds, it's Toko, okay? Huh?
Who's there?
The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay. Ooh, ouch.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I suppose in this case, if Toko says anything suspicious, we have to suspect her as two folk, Toko and Genocide Jill.
I was in such a good mood, too.
Oh? She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Well, if you ask her that, she's probably going to say it's a bad time. Oop. Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall. Okay. At least she's cooperating.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. Yep. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well...
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh no, right, okay, so both you and Hiro are suspicious. Yaka already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too? Oh, so Toko didn't know that was a group, apparently. I just said two, didn't I? Oh, so you've just admitted you got told. Busted. I guess now it's totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get the note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Okay, so Toko couldn't bring herself to go, but what about Genocide Jill? Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? And I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room. But we didn't hear from Jill. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again. But on top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor of the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab, yep. So where should I start? Just because of what Hiro said. Trash I forgot to dispose of. Might not be anything here, might have absolutely nothing. There's a hatch on the floor, running around, I don't know what that must be. Okay, so he says it's probably not involved in the case. Oh well, there's a Monokuma coin I missed.
Hey,
Yep, speaking to Kyoko. So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro told me.
I see.
So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying? Yes, probably. And, well, both Hiro and Toko are suggesting they're lying, but definitely Hiro is suspicious.
Anyway...
Well, I've made some progress on my own. Oh, really? Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You'd do well to look them over one more time. Okay. So Sakura's body. According to Yoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. But, well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body? Oh, this is awkward. But Makoto's a guy.
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you? Yeah, but we still don't know a lot about Kyoko.
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. Oh, she reveals something. What? Sorry, never mind. Kyoko, what kind of life have you had?
hey,
More importantly, look here. Oh, a shoe. What is that? Her shoes.
correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Okay, yellow powder. Can't think of anything.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, or she was hit multiple times, and instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary has been added to the truth bullet section. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Interesting. So she took 2 blows to the head. Well, actually, when I think about it, when I think about those bottles, I think there's 2 missing. Let me have a look at them closely. So you've got a pawn, a rook, a bishop, and that's the queen. On the floor we found the knight. Yeah, so the pawn, the rook, the bishop, queen or the king, the knight's on the floor. She was also hit with one of the other royal pieces. Something new, something new.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. Correlation? Chess, dude. Think of chess. Hey, Kyoko. Can't you just tell me what it is, for fuck's sake?
so.
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? Oh. No answer. Shit. I do trust you. To a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Ouch. Monokuma bottle's been updated in the truth bullet section. Interesting.
Hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. 2 of them have been used! I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway.
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya's not here. So,
So then.
anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. Oh shit, she's left guard duty. Oh boy. I guess we're here so we can watch Aoi as well. But then Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but I think you'll find that there's too much glass to make one single bottle. What choice do I have? I better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Ah, yes. So they're going to weigh a bottle, and then they're going to weigh the broken shards of glass. And I'm guessing the broken shards are going to weigh more than a normal bottle. Compare the weights of what? Pieces of glass you collected and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. What? Makoto, you're a fucking idiot. It's obvious. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. Alright, okay. It's balanced at 300 grams,
In other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else can really affect the weight.
so then,
Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now what might we expect to see? That when you put the shards on the other side it should weigh the same, right? As a bottle. Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try. Yep, all the shards and the figure are a lot heavier than one Monokuma bottle. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? Yeah, therefore 2 bottles were used. How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles, put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. Fuck's sake, seriously? I was thinking I was going to get a choice to fill it in, but I know what she's on about, but obviously Makoto doesn't. Okay, so she also told me to look at the magazines, didn't she? Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Oh. There's a magazine upside down. I doubt Monokuma would be lazy enough to put them out of place and out of order and upside down. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
hey,
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. Toko did it, apparently. But then why is Hiro so suspicious? Okay, number 1 suspect is now shifted to Toko, but Hiro is not telling us everything. Okay, well, guess we'll find out soon enough. This is, on one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it. A dying message. Yeah, but it could be used to frame Toko. It might not have been Sakura that did it. A dying message.
however,
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. Oh. So Kyoko's looked in the magazine, but she put it back the way it was. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that says Toko, right? Uh-oh, this is gonna trigger her. Yeah, it looks like it. Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I will forgive
It's
you.
settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but don't go rushing, Aoi. It just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Yeah, like, I mean, I know in Sayaka's case, it was a dying message that convicted Leon, but it seems way too convenient for it to happen again. There, I finished examining all the things Kyoko mentioned. I did find some clues. We better get to the chem lab. When it comes to the locked room puzzle, I'm still totally clueless.
Hey.
Oh, I just remembered. There was something I wanted to tell you. Okay, more? I saw Byakuya in the chem lab when I went to go get the scale. Oh, God, now Byakuya's suspicious as well. God, you're really trying to throw me off who the guilty person is, aren't you, game? I didn't want to deal with him, so I took great pains to sneak in and out without him noticing me. And?
So...
If you haven't checked out the chem lab, you should probably do that, since I couldn't do it myself. You know, the protein can we found at the murder scene must have come from the chem lab. I think you're right. I should probably take a look around that area. Yep,
Indeed.
Let's go quick before Byakuya might shift anything. Indeed. So I guess I'm done here.
In other words... Hey.
Sprint short pieces of glass. Yeah. Okay, we're reviewing the evidence. Bottles all have something in common. There's apparently an important secret hidden here. There. I'm sure the magazine proves it. We've got the killer cornered. I'm not 100% convinced yet, are we? Right, we need to head up to the chem lab, which is on the 4th floor. Kyoko said that Byakuya was in the chem lab. Is he still in the chem lab now? Chem lab. No, that's the office. Chem lab is here. Okay, I'm guessing he's got... Son of a bitch, we know where the yellow paint powder came from. Byakuya, what are you in here for? Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Dickhead. I hate this guy so much. Right, I'll talk to you in a second, I guess. So the camera definitely saw what happened. Okay, the bottles. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it, yep. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf, yeah? But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. Well, someone did. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. Guys, I don't know if you feel the same way as me, but I really can't stand this guy. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen. Well, let's go. Chop chop. Pip pip. Okay. So I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. But why are we doing this exactly? Right. Okay. So how's this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me. So, when you look at it like this, interesting. Yeah, so the bottle was spilled near cupboard C, but all the footprints are near cupboard A. Okay. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me. But why's the bottle spilled outside cupboard C? These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours? No! Okay, and let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. You can tell the size? I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I see. Your feet do appear to be too big. Oh, does that suggest it's a female size? Maybe? I mean, I'm just saying in general, like, I know some guys can have smaller feet, but generally smaller feet belong to female shoes. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately? Well, Byakuya did say that you, Makoto, are pretty much his #1 target if he ever did decide to become blackened. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Well, okay, if you seem so easy, saying it's so easy, let us know. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Well, no shit, dude. If you lay out the footprints... Yeah, so someone went to cupboard A, and it looks as if they then left cupboard A. It looks like this. When you look at the pattern, whoever left these behind went to the shelf on the left, and that's it. They went straight there, did something, and then left. That's according to the footprints anyway. Prints are really clear, so it shouldn't be too hard to figure out whose they are. Which means these footprints are a super valuable clue. Well, why is it not added to the truth bullets? Right, outside cupboard B, there's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. Right, and so I can clearly see there's a skull and crossbones on the bottle, so it's definitely a poison. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? Probably. It looks like the bottle had a label on it, Chem C4. I knew it. So when we were looking at Sakura's body, guys, I said, and they were talking about the internal bleeding injury, I said, I think I know what that's from, but I'm not going to say. I think now I can tell you what I was thinking was correct. Sakura was poisoned. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. This morning, can you give us a time, sir? Then, this powder must have been spilled.
So in other
That's
words...
right, it could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section. I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labelled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Yeah. Based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. But the bottle was on the other side. According to Byakuya, the powder would have to have been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Okay, finally got the footprints. Okay, well, I can clearly see in cupboard C that there are poisons in there. On this shelf is... So, if I remember correctly, Sakura's bottle was labelled Chem C2. One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labelled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit section C. Wait, can I see the truth bullets? Sakura's bottle. A2. So that's proof that the bottle was taken from A. But I think it's been replaced by a chemical from the C cupboard. So she definitely was poisoned. Cupboard B. So on this shelf is... It looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. They're reagents, but simply they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Isn't that kind of harsh? Dude, it's Byakuya. He harsh AF at all times.
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which, I suppose, suits you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labelled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving Unit Section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. Now, here we go. Let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. Oh, wait a minute, Chem C9. You fucking idiot, whoever did this. You absolute idiot. C9 is inside the A cupboard. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. Yeah, A2. All the containers on this shelf are labelled with the letter A and a number. Yeah, except there's one difference. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh? But wait! There's one bottle here that's labelled Chem C9. Does someone have put it in here on accident? No. Well, yes, they did by accident, but I think that gives you your evidence. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? Because someone poisoned her and didn't clean up their evidence correctly. There's definitely something going on there. Chem lab shelf has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. And thus, my investigation is over. It is time for the trial. Oh, he's got nothing to say. Monokuma?
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
Well, I'm sorry for not making it more interesting for you, Monokuma, but I am just gathering the evidence to find the killer.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I?
Well, you're going to do it anyway, aren't you? You're going to summon us to the trial, aren't you?
Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right?
Yep.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Well, you told us anyway.
See you soon.
Oh, so looking forward to it. Is it time already? But we're right in the middle of figuring out this locked room mystery. Yeah, that's the only thing we haven't figured out, the whole locked room thing, but I'm guessing Kyoko will voice up during the trial. Monokuma usually doesn't call the trial until we have at least all the evidence that will nail whoever did it. We'll have to try to tie up all the loose ends at the trial. Yep. No, I absolutely will figure everything out. So guys, I said this episode would mainly be the investigation part, and therefore we have ended our investigation. So before the trial, I'm going to call this episode right here, because I know the trial will be another long one. So I'm going to call this episode right here. We have finished our investigation into Sakura's murder. Now it's time to conduct the trial with all the evidence we gathered to find out who the real killer is. So there's definitely suspicion against Byakuya slightly. He's kind of a bit more less suspicious. Hiro and Toko are definitely our #1 suspects at the moment, but we will see where the evidence takes us, guys. I hope you're enjoying the series so far of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. There we go. And that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, then maybe give it a beautiful big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Smash it. Maybe with a broken bottle. No. Just hit the subscribe button there so you get regular updates from me, and you'll get to see all the videos for Danganronpa, as well as all the other previous videos that I've done before as well as the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you get notifications from YouTube when I post new videos and updates and posts for you guys. Also, let me know down in the comments down below how you think this episode went, if you're enjoying the game and the series so far, and what you think. Don't post any spoilers, please. I don't really want to be spoiled. I'm sure anyone who's not seen the series doesn't want to be spoiled either. And yeah, even if you just want to say hello or just anything, just go wild in the comments, guys. Just be respectful to each other. And yeah, we'll continue towards the trial in the next episode, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!